This is some grape juice and this is some water. Now I'm going to put some grape juice in this water. Now this is diluted grape juice, right? Same thing happened with Indian federalism. It is neither a pure federalism nor a pure unitary type of government, but a diluted form of federalism which is called as quasi-federalism. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Law, Simple and Pure. Dr. Vaishali here, and in today's lecture we are going to learn Indian federalism with all its characteristics. US federalism is a pure type of federalism or classic example of federalism. US, Australia, these are pure federations. In India, it's a mixture of unitary and federal features. India, Spain and Belgium, they are semi-federal, we can say that. When Britishers left India was used to unitary pattern of government. Britishers ruled entire India. So Indians were ruled by British government which was unitary. When they left and when our constitution was made, Constituent Assembly realized that Indians cannot get governed by pure unitary features, and that's why they borrowed federalism from USA. But pure federalism was not again suitable for India, and that's why that federalism was diluted so as to make it suitable for Indian conditions. So what is pure federalism? Number one is existence of dual government. One at a central level and one at a state level. So dual type of government is a feature of federalism. Number two, separation of powers. Separation of powers between central and state government is again a feature of federalism, and again separation of power between three units of government, legislature, executive and judiciary, is again a feature of pure federalism. Next, written constitution. USA has a written constitution and it is essential to protect federalism. In UK there is no written constitution and they do not have federalism. It's a unitary type of government. Next feature is rigid constitution. Rigid constitution means which cannot be easily amended or changed. Next feature is supremacy of the constitution. In federalism, constitution is the supreme law of land because constitution protects federalism. And then independence of judiciary. So judiciary will independent of legislature and executive, and it will not be controlled by executive. So this is about pure federalism. Now let us see what happens in India. Features of Indian federalism. Number one, dual type of government. Do we have it? Yes, we do have it. One is a central government and one is state government. Power is divided between central and state government. All the important matters of national importance like defense, international collaboration, terrorism, these things are in the central authority. Matters which are important to state like education and all, sanitary facilities and all, they are given to states, right? And there are some powers which can be controlled by union as well as state, and that's why three lists are made by the Indian Constitution: Union list, state list and concurrent list. This is provided by the 7th schedule of Indian Constitution. In matters relating to union list, only union government can legislate. On matters relating to matters coming under state list, only and only state government can legislate. And when matter is in a concurrent list, both can legislate. Next feature of federalism, written constitution. Do we have written constitution in India? Yes, we do have written constitution in India. Number third, rigid process of amendment. Is it rigid to amend a constitution in India? Is it difficult? Yes, it is difficult, but it can be amended. Next feature, independence of judiciary. Yes, in India we do have an independent judiciary. Then what are the unitary features of Indian constitution? Number one, flexibility of the constitution. Constitution is a blend of flexibility and rigidity. Certain features of the constitution like basic structure cannot be altered or amended at all. But there are certain features which can be amended by a required majority. Second, more and more powers they vest with the center. So states are there, but they are not totally sovereign or supreme like US Constitution, but they are under the control of central government and more powers lay within the central government. Next thing, unequal representation of states in the Rajya Sabha. So that is again a unitary type of feature which is not a pure federal feature. Next, the executive is a part of legislature. In India, the executive in both the center and state is a part of the legislature, which goes against the principle of separation of powers. Next thing, Lok Sabha is more powerful than Rajya Sabha. So more importance is given to Lok Sabha, and again it is a unitary feature. Emergency powers, during emergency more powers are given to central government. Again federalism is diluted. And in India, integrated judiciary, it is independent. But in US, every state has a supreme court of its own. In India, there is only one supreme court. In India, we have a hierarchical judiciary. So supreme court is at the apex level, which is at a central level, and below the supreme court all the high courts are there, and then comes district and sessions court. So we have integrated type of judiciary, and we do not have separate supreme court for each and every state. So these are the unitary features of our constitution. And again, federal countries provide for dual citizenship, but in India there is only single citizenship provided. So yes, India is a federal country. So if there is an objective question for JMFC or for LSAT whether India is a federal country or not, yes, it is a federal country. But if the question is like that, whether it is purely federal, quasi-federal or unitary, answer should be quasi-federal. Because though India is a federal country, that federalism is diluted to a great extent by mixing of some unitary features in that federalism. Just like how I diluted this grape juice with water. So it is a diluted form of federalism and not a pure form of federalism. And that's why it is called quasi-federalism. So that's it for the day. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm coming up with more and more videos on JMFC, CLAT and UPSC, MPSC and LLM teaching videos as well. So stay tuned and please like, subscribe and comment. Please press the bell icon below the channel. So that's it for the day. Stay safe, stay home and study well. See you in my next lecture. Goodbye and good luck.